Hi, and welcome to Your Future, Your Finances. I'm your host, Brian Kuhn. Today we're talking about family businesses. We have a guest today, Chris Dionot of Planning Solutions Group. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for having me.
So give us a little bit about your background first to begin.
Well, I was born and raised in Montgomery County. I'm a local guy. I'm a licensed but non-practicing attorney. My legal background's in estate planning and corporate law, and I've now been an advisor in wealth management for going on 7.5 years now.
Mm-hmm. So with family businesses, why is succession planning so difficult?
Well, it's a good question to start with. It's a lot about the relationships, Brian. When you have a family business, people that are working together, they have to respect each other and act in a manner that's in the best interest of the business. And a lot of times that's difficult when you're working with your parents or your siblings or cousins, people that you've grown up with, you share dinner tables with, you go on vacations. And transitioning from that family relationship to a relationship where you're in the workplace and have to make difficult decisions can be quite challenging. That being said, there's also 3 distinct domains that exist in a family business. You have the family domain, you have the management domain, and then you have the ownership domain.
Mm-hmm. So these domains, what's the difference between these 3 and why does it create a problem?
Well, it goes back to the relationships. An example is with the family domain, you may have a husband and wife that have owned a business and have been running it for many, many years. And although they live in the same house, they also go to the office 5-6 days a week, and they make difficult decisions from a business perspective during the day. But oftentimes when you're married, those business conflicts, questions, issues come home with you. Mm-hmm. They go to the dinner table, and the question becomes, how does that affect your marriage? How does that affect your family, your kids? Another family relationship may be a parent and a child. A parent has run a business for 20 years, now has a son or daughter, for instance, that has been in the business for a few years, and the child may be saying, when is mom and dad, when are they going to give me a chance? Mm-hmm. The parent may be saying, I'm not ready to give up control, or maybe I don't feel my child's ready. Mm-hmm. And then you have other family relationships, whether it's aunts, uncles, grandparents. So that's the family domain. Then you have the management side, where it's not about daughters and sons and parents. If I'm a business owner, I'm an employer, and I have employees, mm-hmm. and I have to treat people fairly. I have to be equal, and sometimes that's difficult when you have people that have been working with you for years, and now you have a child or a family member in the business. And then you also have the ownership domain, where I'm not dad, I'm not president, I'm a shareholder, I'm an owner. So it's the relationship that I have with my fellow shareholders, active, inactive, majority, minority. So it's about the relationships involved in a family business.
And you'll step in and help these people distinguish between them and do planning.
Yeah, and to distinguish between the domains and why you have to separate it, you have to really understand what it is that equates to success in each domain. Mm-hmm. So in the family side, if I'm a dad, I care about, without sounding corny, I care about love and unity and self-esteem and good communication. But if I'm the manager, from a management perspective, if I'm the CEO or the president, I don't care about family. I care about sales and profit and employee satisfaction and customer satisfaction. Where if you take it the next step, if I'm an owner, I care about the value of my investment. What's the return I'm getting? How much risk am I taking? Do I have liquidity? Should I expand? So understanding what it is that it's important in each domain can make it difficult as you look at the different relationships and different decisions you have to make.
Mm-hmm. And then it's unique when you have a family-owned business as well, because you're trying to advise, in some cases, multiple parties, I suppose.
Yeah, and the difficult thing with a family business where a family business owner needs to be careful is what we call the economic interdependence that a lot of times can play out. And that is, you sometimes will create situations where you're taking care of a family member, but it can make it difficult for that person to leave or exit. I'll give you an example. I came across a scenario several years ago where I had a business owner that owned his business for about 25 years and had a manager that had been working with him for about 15 years. Manager's name was George. Mm-hmm. And George was well respected, educated, worked well with the employees, but One day he came in and the business owner smelled alcohol in his breath. He'd been drinking on the job. So the business owner obviously tells him, George, this is unacceptable. Clean up your act. And George says, okay, I'll take care of it. But a couple months later, it happened again. And the business owner sat him down again and said, George, one more time, I'm going to have to let you go. Wouldn't be telling you the story if it didn't happen again. So the business owner calls George in and says, you're setting a bad example. Can't do this. I got to let you go. But what if I told you that George was married to the business owner's daughter? And they had just bought a new house, and this is the father of business owner's grandkids, and he was paying George a very healthy salary because he was married to his daughter. And now you have a scenario where you've got a business owner dad who had to fire his son-in-law, but also has to run a business. So there's an example of the difficult decisions that can come about when running a business and juggling the relationships.
Yeah.
So.
And your title, financial planner or family wealth advisor, so you'll come in and do what is commonly referred to as a financial plan. So what does that mean to a layman or to a business owner?
Well, a business succession plan is certainly in line with an overall financial plan. You have to look at all the varying factors that are involved, whether it's corporate documents, estate planning, insurance, risk management, taxes. But when it comes to putting a plan together for a family business owner, it really comes down to two things. Number one is financial security, and number two is understanding the value of your business. So from a financial security perspective, let me know if you find a business owner out there that is going to feel comfortable selling or gifting their business if they're not financially secure that they can maintain their lifestyle without the business. And from a financial security standpoint, it really comes down to three basic things. What's coming in the door, what's going out the door, and then what do you have? So from what's coming in the door, what's your income? In retirement, how are you going to generate income? Number two, the big elephant in the room, what are you spending? If you don't know what you're spending, then you can't really plan for how you're going to generate the appropriate amount of income.
All great stuff. Let's take a break. We'll come right back to that. You're with Chris Dionot. We're talking about family businesses and succession planning. We'll be right back. You're watching Your Future, Your Finances.